everyone, very warm welcome to you to my YouTube channel Living with Spice. I'm Rebecca Gabrielle. I'm going to be doing a love reading for Virgo today for the month of July. Now if you're new to my channel, it's great to have you here. A very warm welcome to you, and if not and you are returning, it's really great to have you here as well. I really do appreciate all of my subscribers. Now the love reading here on this channel is all about understanding what energy is around you in terms of love for yourself, love in terms of relationships with other people in general, and also that potential love with that special person in your life. I never know how the readings are going to go. It is all up to what Spirit wants to bring forth as the most important message for you. Now do keep in mind that the readings are general. They're not going to resonate with everybody. And I never know how it's all going to play out. And sometimes it's not about the Romeo and Juliet love affair. Sometimes Spirit brings forth another message to do with love, of course, but it's going to be whatever is most meaningful to where you're at in your life at this time. Now, if you're finding these readings helpful to you, don't forget to let me know. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do that. I really do appreciate all of my subscribers, and it does mean that every time I post a video, you'll get a notification, and it also helps to grow the channel. I'm here to deliver messages from the divine so that you can live your very best life. This is what it's all about. All right, Virgo, let's get into the reading to see what is coming up for you in terms of love in the month of July. Okay, Virgo, let's have a look at what is coming up for you in terms of love and relationships in the month of July. Spirit, please bring forth the messages most important and applicable for Virgo in the month of July. We thank you for your guidance. All right, let's see what we have here. Lots of creative energy here. That's looking really nice. Now we start out the beginning of the month with you pondering what is possible in the future. You're thinking about things that you want to create. You're looking for opportunities. You're looking out into the distance. What else? What else? You've got things on your mind and you are searching for answers, it would seem. And so you're kind of in a contemplative mood and really wanting to know what other solutions there are, what other perspectives there are, what other opportunities there are in your life. You would like to make a change and a shift on some areas in your life, it would seem. And you're ready to do that. However, you're at a bit of a dilemma. You're not really too sure which road or which pathway to take. And perhaps there is what you believe to be a choice. Do I go this way or do I go that way? In terms of how to approach something that's very much in the forefront of your mind. I have a feeling it might have something to do with family at this stage. And you're not sure how to deal with it. You'd like things to be improved and better, and you're seeking answers and wondering what else, and perhaps even seeking to connect with someone to improve a situation. But again, I can see that you're unsure. But you are remembering things from the past. To do with family and children and what used to feel very fulfilling in your life. So you are taking a little bit of a trip down memory lane at the moment, and perhaps longing for that sense of emotional fulfillment that you've had in the past. You'd like to recreate that. So you're very much sitting in that kind of energy and really wanting, really desiring to create change in your life. Now, if it's not around connection with a family person, it's around something. I do sense it's got something to do with you wanting to be emotionally fulfilled, you wanting to find the solution to something, but just not sure which pathway to take in order to make that happen. But I feel that your determination is gathering momentum here. You're really, really, really wanting this to take, to take shape, and for you to be able to find that solution and take action, almost to the point where you are going to do something anyway, and you're feeling very determined. So you may want to manage that determination and make sure that you come from a balanced perspective when you do this. Because when the King of Wands decides to do something, he certainly does want to have his way. And I feel like this energy is gathering strength within you and intensity within you. Now, it's quite possible you may be able to, that determination may help you to have some success, because we have the Magician card here. And it seems to me that Spirit is sort of saying, look, you have it within you to create a positive outcome here. You do have all of the necessary tools within you. So, drawing upon your ability to have empathy and compassion around a situation. You have the ability to articulate yourself well. You know how to take action and be organised and logical about your approach. And you're willing to make this happen. You're willing to create change in your life at this stage. You want to have a resolution, you want to have an improvement, and you want to feel good, you want to feel emotionally fulfilled around this particular area. That's very interesting. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have for Virgo around this particular focus at this point? Yes, you are, Okay. All right. So what I'm reading here, Virgo, is you continue with this momentum of wanting to create change and improve your circumstances, improve the opportunities here. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this can mean different things for different people. So the Seven of Pentacles is about your physical life, your resources, your money, improvement in your conditions, and wanting to make sure that things go in a positive direction. So I don't know whether you're also reviewing your finances at this time and looking at how you can make the most of your situation so that you can grow it in the future. I feel this is on your mind. I feel like you're making plans. And you're being quite diligent and focused at it at the moment. And again, I'm sensing... Oh, okay. I'm sensing that you are very determined. Okay, so we've got taking action with the King of Wands and the Magician. You want to make something happen. And I feel that it's got something to do with family or people that you've known in the past, connected in the past. And you are looking to problem solve how you're going to make this happen. Okay, you want to take action, you're looking for answers on how to do this, and this is you focusing on how you're going to grow your current resources at the moment, because you're desiring to create this beautiful Ten of Cups abundance in your life that's going to enrich your family as well. It's going to support the family, create happiness, and give you the harvest that you're looking to create and the outcome that you're looking to create. Now, somewhere in the mix here, something doesn't go quite to how you're expecting it to. So we have some difficult communication here, things that there's a bit of conflict here. We've got Five of Swords, and an interaction with someone in July causes an upset. So we have Five of Swords, and there's no real victory when somebody loses here. So it would seem to me there's challenging communication, and if you have been determined to have your say around something, I fear that it perhaps doesn't work out quite the way you would like it to. So just be very careful in the way you approach situations at this point in time, because all the determination in the world doesn't necessarily mean that communication is well received. And as a result, we have spilt cups here, the Eight of Cups here. You're looking away out into, over the horizon and feeling a little bit down and out, because we have cups that have spilled, cups that have cups of love, cups of emotional fulfillment, not feeling satisfied. They have been spilled. Not all is lost, but you are disappointed in the outcome of a particular situation, and you're longing for this improvement. You're longing for things to be better and wondering how you're going to accomplish this. Now, sometimes we can get caught up in always seeking for answers beyond where we are at, always thinking that the grass is greener. And truly, sometimes it is better to rein it back and to appreciate what you have currently in your life, which are the cups that are standing versus the cups that are spilled. Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got more cups that are standing and only 3 that have spilled. And so let's not be confused thinking that all is lost, when truly that's not the case at all. And a lot of the times it's all about our perception around something. The way we approach things, our communication, what we tell ourselves. Sometimes we can create a negative outcome based on what we're thinking and believing. So it may be good advice for you to check in with yourself, that you are not making assumptions, and that you are checking in with yourself and others before you make assumptions around a particular issue, person, situation. Then we have the Page of Cups. Now, someone is stepping forward to want to offer a gesture of goodwill, and this may be, helpful to you to keep that in mind. What is this? Is this you or someone else? Let me just see. What is this Page of Cups, Spirit, for Virgo? Is this Virgo or someone else? Usually the page is the messenger, and it's someone who's coming in to offer a message of love or goodwill. So let's just see. Thank you, Spirit. What is the Page of Cups for Virgo? Yes, we've got that determined energy again, and we've got the Hierophant here, which is sort of like advice from a mentor, your higher self. It could be a counselor, legal person. I still feel that you've got this really intent energy on making something happen, and feeling very passionate about your purpose and what it is that you want to do. It's just this Ace of Wands is just grown in strength. It's just like it's really fired up about what you want to do. And I feel that you're bringing in some assistance with the Hierophant here. I feel that you're consulting some advice from someone to assist you in this matter. So, yes, let's see how this develops. So someone has decided to pack up and leave the situation. We've got the Six of Swords here, and it would seem that, perhaps communication hasn't gone all that smoothly, but in any case, a decision is made to move beyond, to move on from the situation. That's what I'm feeling. That whatever has been of concern and in your focus, I think you've made the decision to move on from this energy, that it's no longer serving you to continue. So you're changing your focus here, Virgo, which is a good thing because it does bring a better outcome. We've got the Sun energy here, which means that things are improving now. And perhaps the Hierophant has been instrumental in providing the right kind of advice for you to get an improvement in the situation, because the Sun energy is achieving that outcome. It's a blessing for you, and it's indicating that things have just gone to the next level and things are going to get better going forward, which is great to hear. Because we've still got that lingering disappointment here of the Five of Cups energy here. Yes, it is difficult to let some things go when you're disappointed. I recognise that. So let's just see. I'd like to pull some cards from the Wisdom of Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. What else can you help us to understand around the situation? Is it to do with a family member? What is the disappointment here? So interesting, because I see that you've got success and fulfillment, things progressing well in terms of one area of your life, and then you've got this disappointment with the communication and things not quite working out in another area of your life. I mean, it's not, yeah, okay. So in the month of July, Virgo, we've just got to be really careful, because there's a lot of chaos and conflict, that kind of energy around you at the moment, and things are not exactly as they seem. People are not being their true self here. Are you being your true self, Virgo, or is someone else? Because things are not revealed. They'd like to be revealed, but there's a struggle here in terms of someone representing their true self, perhaps a little nervous about showing their true self. So, you know, this is featuring in July, and I feel it's connected to this energy here of challenging communication and disappointment here, that whatever the communication was with this other person, it didn't work out, and it's left you feeling disappointed. So what do we need to know about the chaos and the conflict that's occurring in your life right now? Let's take a quick look. Certainly it's really important, Virgo, to always come from a place that represents your truth. And if you feel that you're not acting in a way that resonates with your personal truth and your personal integrity, then that's a sign that you need to listen to for yourself. So if there's an influence here that's making you feel that you're not being your true self, then that's a red flag for you. Because I feel that there's conflicting purposes here, and there's a tension of opposite values. You know, your values perhaps different to the other person's values. Are you acting as if, are you coming from a place of your personal integrity? Are you confident with your own beliefs and your own values here when addressing the situation? So there's definitely opposing forces here and a lot of turbulence. And I feel that it's not just with the other person. I feel that it's also within yourself. And that, you know, there's a situation in the month of July where you are going to be facing a situation that you can't control. And it may be that Spirit is saying you need to take a moment to step away from the fray and, you know, choose your battles. Is this worth it? And it's time for you to perhaps understand rather than insist that you be understood. And it may also be the time for you to step back and not be so stubborn in your approach, particularly with this person where there is challenging communication, because this doesn't result in a good outcome, okay? And clearly you're disappointed at the end of it, looking away and wondering what's happened, and, you know, feeling very disappointed here. So I feel that Spirit is alerting you to the situation that maybe you need to do a self-check in terms of your own energy and your own determination, and perhaps not go head on with someone else who is feeling differently to you. Now is the opportunity for you to listen in order to understand, and perhaps recheck in with your own values and your own sense of self and what is important to you. It's not about imposing your values upon someone else. You know, we cannot make someone else feel the way we do or think the way we do. And so, you know, avoid feeling that you have to get yourself to a place of insisting or fighting with someone, creating conflict just in order to have someone believe what you believe. The challenge here is for you to be able to find another way through the storm of the emotions and the chaos, so that you can reach a higher ground, so that you can reach perhaps peace. We don't always get the opportunity to have consensus, but it will be important for you to be able to, I'm sensing, to clear the air and feel better for that. Eventually the storm of emotions passes and things will be learned from this situation. But I would urge you to tread carefully and use this opportunity constructively. All right, so yes, important month for understanding how we relate to others, and to really check in with our own motivations as well. Because as I picked up at the very beginning, you're very determined, your energy is very determined, but almost to the point where it's you are insisting, and that doesn't end well if you continue with that approach. So take Spirit's guidance here, Virgo, if you'd like a better outcome. We've always got choice. Yeah, and just breathe through this situation. I feel it's time for you to take your foot off the pedal and just relax around the situation. And as you do that and you get a chance to calm your mind and calm your body, you have better clarity, and then you can tap into your higher self, the wisdom that you have. It is very important for you to tap into that wisdom rather than your sense of entitlement. And that energy will better serve you and help you to create the peace that you desire. Because, you know, we need to accept the fact that we don't get to control everything in our life. However, we can control our own world and how we feel about something. What Spirit is wanting you to understand, that this is a really good time for you to exercise patience and go slowly. And to trust that the universe will help the situation. The Spirit will help the situation if you ask, if you listen, and you be patient. So, this is really important right now. Slow down, meditate or reflect, and trust. Breathe through this situation, okay? This is very, very important if you want a good outcome. Don't be in a hurry. Just remember that the heart needs time to open. So if you are dealing with someone whose heart is closed, you cannot force that open. It takes time. And if healing is required, that also takes time. So relax in yourself, relax your own energy. There is no need to be tense. And be present as much as possible in the moment. Your heart will know what to do more than your ego. Okay, so patience will pay off here for you. Very good advice. Okay. What else do we need to know for Virgo in the month of July? I do feel that you consult someone for advice, Virgo. Just make sure that, you know, who you listen to, it resonates with your values, and it resonates with your higher self. And we're not talking ego and what you think you want. We're talking about the wise decision here. We need to be motivated by love, not our own selfish reasons. We've got the Thinker card here, and clearly you are very much in deep thought and reflection at this time. You're wanting a good outcome, and you are in that space of wanting to sort of problem solve and work things out, which is understandable. So it's a really good time to ask for guidance from the divine as well. Now, you have a tendency to want to strategize and be logical and analytical about things in your world. You love the problem solving. In some ways, when it comes to relationships, whilst the problem-solving aspect of you, which is a beautiful quality and skill that you have, it's important to recognise you cannot logic your way through love. And if this situation is to do with somebody that is, you know, means a great deal to you, and we are in a love reading here, you've got to recognise that love is not logical. You know, it's good to be able to find common ground with people that we want to build rapport with. And that's a wise thing to do. But just recognise that you're not going to have common ground with everybody. It is a good way to start the conversation. It is a good way to build rapport and connect with someone else. But don't force it. Do not force it to work. Do not force to have agreement if someone else is not in the same space as you. Allow people to express themselves in the way that they need to. It is not a time for you to be overly wishful. And I do feel that at the beginning of the reading, I have this sense that you were becoming overly wishful about the outcome that you wanted to create. And the reason why I think that is because you are so headstrong with your energy with the King of Wands. We've got the Magician card where you're feeling very self-empowered, which is lovely. But I feel that you were trying to force a situation and perhaps over-fantasizing that this is the outcome that you wanted. But clearly that didn't eventuate because we came across some very challenging communication here. So the advice around this is just know that you can't problem solve a love relationship or a love connection with someone. You know, you've got to go to your heart space. You've got to sort of be in that space of listening and wanting to work things out together rather than enforce your own point of view. And allow people to be who they are. Allow them to express themselves. And be careful about what you set yourself up to believe. Okay, we did talk about, you know, making assumptions and being very careful. And, you know, if the energy around the situation is too volatile, back off. Don't force something. It is important for you to think carefully about your strategy in approaching people if there have been challenging communication in the past. So rather than be headstrong, which I feel there is a tendency to be a little bit headstrong, as we can see the Ace of Wands here is very passionate, determined energy. it may be better to come at it with a softer approach, which is the Page of Cups here, where you make a small offering rather than charge in with, I want this now, you know, that kind of energy. So, you know, think through your approach and the potential outcome to get the best out of the situation. But being careful not to expect something, but to keep an open mind. And I feel that that is probably going to be your best approach in this situation, Virgo. So let's see what the Romance Angels deck can help us understand, because we are still talking about relationships here. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for Virgo around this particular situation? It's featuring a particular relationship, I feel. Now, it may be someone that you know in your family, it could be a friend, a relationship with a friend, it could even be a work colleague, so you'll need to apply it to your particular situation. But the general guidance is helping you to understand the best way to approach the situation and the importance of checking in with your motivation. So it would seem here that it's worth making the effort. This card just did a flip. So it's worth making the effort from the point of view of reconciliation, collaboration, reconciliation, and, you know, looking for a win-win situation rather than you. This card here is winner-loser, okay? That doesn't work out very well at all. But this is being able to see the situation through eyes of love and approaching it gently, not in a rush, but with compassion. And, you know, compassion because you know that love is worth the steps that you're guided to take. Love is always worth it. Love is always worth it, yes. But we can't come at it from an ego point of view. Very important. Oh, I think that was just a little bit too much, so we'll just redo that one. Okay, Spirit, what else does Virgo need to know in terms of this relationship? Oh, we've got it flying everywhere. Yeah, okay. So, all right. Now, if we are talking about a romantic relationship, then the effort that you're going through here to connect with that special person and the desire that you have to have happy endings, happy family, there's nothing wrong with wanting that, let me just say. But it's going to take a little bit of work, as we can see, okay? We're not saying that things are not going to work here. We're just saying that you're going through some challenges and some learnings about how to do this well. So really thinking through your strategy here and really coming from a place of love and just checking in with your own motivations is really important. So Spirit is saying, yes, it's worth making the effort. Love is always worth making the effort. And with this in mind, this special person could be the one. So if this is about a romantic interest that you have, then this person is worth the effort and could be your special person, the romantic partner that you seek. So I can see that this is very important to you. I still feel that you're going to end up with a positive outcome because we've got this Sun card here in your reading. And we know that you're determined to make this work. This is a moving towards energy. You want improvement when it comes to communication. And you have sought advice around this. Like, how do I do this? Help me with this. Great. Great that you're asking. That's a good sign. So you can do this, Virgo. This is a learning experience, I feel. There's going to be, some really good awarenesses that come out of this for you. What else? Thank you, Spirit, for Virgo. Oh. So for those of you in a romantic relationship, if you play your cards right, no pun intended, this is going to lead to a deeper commitment with your special person. Now, if it's romantic, then obviously this is a romantic, deeper commitment. If it's to do with someone that you care for and love, family, friend, then that's going to deepen the bond. Don't expect miracles straight away, because remember, if someone's heart has been closed for a while, it's going to take time. But certainly you're on the pathway for things to improve, which is really a positive sign. I want to ask the angels here for some further guidance around the energy here in general. What does Virgo need to know and learn around this situation, please, Spirit? What guidance can you give Virgo around this situation? I do feel that you if you heed the guidance here, Virgo, you will come out with feeling a lot better about the situation by the end of the month. I'm not saying that everything is going to be resolved that quickly, but I do feel that you will be in a better position by the end of the month, Virgo. Yes. So we've got the hope card. You do hold hope for the situation, and Spirit is saying that's a good thing. All right, so it says here. Yes, I love this. Thank you. So, you've got loved ones in the spirit world who are actually watching over you, and they feel for you. They feel what's in your heart and what you desire at this point in time, Virgo. And they are reaching out, especially when you are feeling low, when your energy drops and you're feeling disappointed, right? They are there to support you. They're letting you know in those moments that there's hope, and to hold on to hope. Remember, love is worth it. It is worth making the effort. And so you must always hold on to the hope of love. We don't hold on to the hope of satisfying our ego, because that's just a selfish intention. But we hold on to the hope of love, that the outcome is where both people or the situation is motivated by love. And so when you are feeling particularly caught up in the difficulties of the situation and struggling with someone in your life, just remember there is always hope. Hold on to that. Spirit is encouraging you to keep on the pathway of love and of hope. This is going to require focused attention and the right kind of intention, okay? Where you place your attention, that's where, you're going to get back whatever energy you're putting out. So just be sure that your intention is coming from a place of love and not ego. What else? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, well, this is unexpected. We've got the study card here. Now, Spirit has its own way of letting you know it's time to study. Now, let's just say that this is about learning and getting some research and deepening your knowledge on a situation. From time to time, it's important to recognise that we don't know everything, okay? That sometimes we need to go back to the basics to learn something that we need help with. Now, the Hierophant is that teaching energy, okay? So whatever you feel that you don't know enough about, or you need guidance, or you need to research, the Hierophant is here to help provide that guidance. So if you're feeling like you need to know, have more knowledge around a topic because it's not something that you're comfortable or familiar with, now is a really good time to go seek information and to seek to learn. And it may be to seek, I mean sometimes we can believe that we know everything. But there are moments in our life where we recognise that perhaps we need to update our beliefs around something, or come at it from a point of view that we need to understand a different approach to something, that we need to perhaps adjust our perspectives on a topic that we felt that we knew everything about. So there is an opportunity here for you, Virgo, to expand your mind, which means to expand your knowledge around something. And that also is going to challenge you to say, do not assume. You know, when we get in that ego space of assuming we know everything, it really is meaning that we actually don't know. You know, that we are filling the gaps with stuff that we believe that perhaps is outdated beliefs, outdated perspectives. So if you are feeling that you're at a loss and you are seeking answers, then go and find out those answers. Go and do some research. Go and look at other ways to get information to assist you rather than continue in a state of ignorance. Beautiful advice. I love that. All right, we're going to probably wrap this up. Although I'm sensing something else needs to come out. I'm sorry I do this, but anyway. We've got the Magdalene Oracle deck. I feel that there's one other message that needs to come out for you, Virgo, around this situation. Spirit, what message do you have for Virgo, please? What does Virgo need to know? I love the study thing. I love that we are seeking to grow and expand our knowledge around things. That helps us to be a better version of ourselves and eventually helps us with our relationships. I'm feeling that, yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, interesting. War and peace. Do you feel that you've been, there and back? War and peace. Let's see what Spirit has to say here for you. Here we go. Now, and this is the interesting part about it, Virgo. We can often externalize our world saying someone else needs to change or the external situation needs to get better before I feel better. But I'm telling you, it always has to start with ourselves first. So here it is. There is a clash between your logical mind and a heartfelt yearning. So you are at odds with yourself, and that came up earlier in the reading. There is a clash within you, a conflict within you, and we saw that with this. It's not always about the energy external to us. Yes, obviously sometimes we do clash with others, but it's also you're at odds with yourself. With, what you're saying and doing is not always, matching your values or matching your beliefs. What you are trying to do to analyze and solve a problem is not matching with your heart at the moment. Your heart is pulling you in one direction while your mind is pulling you in another. So you're at war and peace with yourself, Virgo. This is creating, a lot of inner stress for you at the moment. The way to overcome this dilemma is to embrace both your heart and your mind together. Now that sounds easy, not so easy to do. So trust what your heart is saying. You do need to trust and listen to your heart. Be guided by your intuition, your gut feeling around something. Okay? And then apply your beautiful logic and common sense to know how to approach the situation. Okay, so we don't come at it from an analysing point of view when we intellectualise something and we start having self-talk around it should be like this and it should be like that because 1 + 1 = 2. No, trust what your heart is telling you, listen to what your heart is saying, and then go, okay, I have a feeling around this. What is the best way for me to approach this? And then you apply common sense, a little bit of logic for the way to go forward. Inner peace is only possible, Virgo, when we embrace both sides of ourselves, both our mind and our heart. That is the only way we can come to peace. Acknowledge any fear you may have, but don't allow your fear to get in your way. Only by doing what feels right in your heart will you move closer to fulfilling your dreams of what you truly want to have. At the same time, we can't be ruled entirely by our heart, because that's when our passions and determination run away with us. So we do need to apply, a little bit of common sense and being rational about our decisions. Does something make sense? Does it make sense to do this or that? What would be the potential outcome before you rush off and do it? Okay? So we've got to do a beautiful blend of both the heartfelt inspiration of what you feel inspired to do, and, blend that with your practical, logical side in order to have a harmonious and successful outcome. What great advice is that? Yeah. This is a teaching moment, Virgo. I really, really feel that. This is a teaching moment for you to really understand your own approach and how to embrace both the logic and the heart. This is truly going to help not only you in terms of achieving inner peace, but it will certainly go a long way to helping heal and resolve relations with others, and in particular this special person to you. Okay? Okay. I love this. So, this Whispers of Love deck, we've got be willing to express love. We need to express love, come from a place of unconditional love in order to receive love. Look, Virgo, we're human. We all want to receive love. We all want to feel love and to feel fulfilled. I know that. This is what you're desiring. You want to feel that your cups are full. You want harmony again with your special person, family, whoever it is. But in order for that to happen, we need to create that peace within ourselves, that harmony within ourselves, and we need to feel free to express our love. And as we do, as we put out that energy of love, and as we see people not through judgmental eyes, but through eyes of love, that's when we receive back the same energy. Because ultimately you want to feel that love, don't you? You want to feel that your cup is fulfilled. And so you need to come from that energy. This is all about you learning to come from a heart space, not your mind or your determination or your ego. I'm going to leave it at that. This is a really big reading for you. There's a lot of soul lessons happening here, Virgo, and it's great. I mean, Spirit is giving you an opportunity here, which is marvelous. So embrace it, but take your time. Don't rush this process. It could take longer than the month, who knows. It's not about the timing, it's more about the journey and the learning. So watch the video several times to help cement that learning. Check in with your weekly reads, and you can view your monthly reading as well in the playlist. And go well, and I look forward to seeing you